Hi everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading today. We are going to be doing the you versus them reading. So looking at your energy versus your person's energy, sort of seeing how we meet in the middle. We will also be focusing in on, the actions and potential outcomes with this connection as well. I am doing things a little bit differently today. I'll get into that in a moment. But firstly, make sure you do subscribe. Do leave a comment as well, and you will go in the draw for that free personal reading. What I'm actually doing differently today is I'm using a tarot deck rather than my standard Lenormand deck. As we all know, I do not use tarot very often, but I do have this amazing tarot deck called the Twin Flame Awakened Path Tarot. All right, so this is aimed towards connections. So you will sort of see each card does have quite a lot of little keywords here. So it's kind of a little bit different than a standard tarot deck. If you do know anything about tarot and you're seeing cards that you recognize coming up, definitely go ahead and use the association meanings that you are aware of. But this particular deck, it is sort of aimed a little bit more specifically. So we do sort of use the meanings on the cards. So we are using it a little bit more like an oracle deck today, rather than flat tarot. It is a little bit of a different kind of vibe deck than standard tarot, this deck. So I am using that today, the Twin Flame Awakened Path Tarot. I do also have the Soul's Journey lesson cards here, as well as the Angel Answers Oracle. So not actually using any Lenormand for today's reading, but I will make sure I do be very sort of clear about that this is not a standard tarot deck, so it is not being used in a standard way. As anyone that does watch the channel would already know, I do read very intuitively anyway, so we're really doing the modern intuitive take on it all today. And we all know anyway that, every tarot reader does read a little bit differently anyway. So I just sort of, wanted to expand into tarot just a little bit here with this particular deck, because I do feel as though this deck does really fit the vibe of the channel. So, I don't really like to use tarot on the channel because I am a Lenormand reader, first and foremost. But I do just sort of really vibe well with this particular deck. So wanting to incorporate it in a reading for you guys as well. All right, so as always, we will have timestamps in the description box, so you're more than welcome to jump ahead to different placements, cross-watch your person's placements as well, but we are going to start off with Aries. Okay, so Aries, looking at you versus them, Aries. You versus them, Aries, and where do we meet in the middle? So your energy, Aries, their energy, and where is this meeting in the middle? Interesting. Just want to clarify the center energy here. All right. So your energy, we have the Chariot. All right. So this particular card does talk about determination, success, and movement forward. So, your energy is very much focused on the movement areas of getting things rolling, moving into action here, which, we are doing an action-based reading today. So that is really positive to see just in that general idea there. Your person's energy, we do have the Nine of Cups. Wishes fulfilled, contentment and pleasure. All right, so they're kind of sitting pretty at the moment, your person. This is why it's very interesting to me to see such a contrast in the central energy between the two of you, because we do have the Five of Swords coming through, which is aggression and disputes, bullying and stress, conflict and arguments. So there's a lot of that fighting type energy sitting in between the two of you here. You're determined to move forward. You're determined to be successful. Your person here is, they're kind of content and, seeking pleasure and seeking wish fulfillment at the moment. But, the energy in the middle is very jarring, very fighting energy there, clarified by the Tower as well. So we do see sudden changes, crumbling down, chaos and destruction. So the way I'm kind of seeing that, Aries, is that there has been something big that has happened between you and this person. All right, whether that is, it does feel like kind of more along the lines of past energy, and it does feel like this you versus them reading. I'm reading for two people that are very separate and very separate energies. Okay, not actually combining. The combined energy is very focused on something that has happened here, a tower that has, disrupted this connection, has, caused arguments, fighting it, something, crazy happening in the middle of it all, and leading to kind of, the destruction of this connection. I do feel like that destruction has already happened for a lot of you here. So it's very interesting that it's coming through in this way. Not going to lie. Actions needed for this connection. Actions needed for this connection. Surrender and peace. Okay, so I do feel as though, this person, they are already sitting in a lot of contentment, and it's kind of like moving back towards each other may disrupt that. It's releasing the need to control the situation and just surrendering it. I do feel as though for a lot of you, it's time to move on from this situation. Sorry to be very confronting, but that's the only way we're both going to find peace and contentment, for both of us. We already saw your energy, Aries. You are trying to move on already anyway, moving forward one way or another. You are very determined, but, you obviously, if you're watching this reading thinking of this person, obviously there's still something there, but at the moment, needing to release all that negative energy that's between you before this could potentially move forward, before any action could be taken. The action that is needing to be taken is to surrender it to, let go and let God is what I'm getting there. I will just grab one more card for the ideal outcome for this connection. The ideal outcome for this connection for Aries. Be assertive. So yeah, like I said, there's definitely that fighting energy here. I'm actually going to grab a second one for you here, Aries. Just trust, surrender and trust in the process. I do feel that for some of you, it's being assertive and both learning how to do things, to be assertive individually. And, there is potential for this to come back together at some point. If that's what you want, you just need to surrender and trust that, the universe will sort that out in due time. It's not something where we're able to sort of take any action toward each other right here, right now. It's needing space and time. Okay, Aries, it's kind of that energy of, both still healing, both still just trying to, move forward and find a little bit of peace, and deal with whatever that energy of that tower and that is between the two of you. That is pretty strong energy, that Five of Swords and Tower. So, needing to sort of heal from that, deal with that energy before we do find, action being needed here in this connection. Okay, so you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, especially your moon placement being so close to the full moon. Cross watch your persons and see what comes out on that end. See if that's giving you any extra details to the story there. But make sure you do leave a comment as well, so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus, you versus them. Taurus, you versus them. You versus your person. Your energy versus their energy, Taurus. Your energy, Taurus. Their energy. Where does it meet in the middle here? Ooh, must say a far cry from what we just saw for Aries. So firstly, for your energy here, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so you're sitting in, resilience, close to succeeding, persistence and fatigue. A little bit of fatigue there, but it's kind of like, I'm so close to getting everything I want. I'm just going to keep on pushing, until I can get there. I'm so close. I'm, very determined, very resilient. You've had a lot of strength throughout this connection, definitely being shown there. Your person, Taurus, we do see the world coming through for them. Great energy for them. Completion, closing cycles, and achievement. So, for some of you, maybe that's that close to achievement that you're after there, that success that you're after. They are just sort of seeming to close out some past stuff that, ready to get that spinning again, taking over. That's kind of, I'm hearing that Pinky in the brain. What are we going to do today, Pinky? We're gonna, same thing we do every day. Today we're going to take over the world. But the energy in between the two of you, we have the Star. Okay, so amazing energy jointly here. Hope and healing, inspiration and faith, positivity and wishing. All right, so it's kind of like you're both each other's wish come true, wish fulfillment there, hope and inspiration that, we are so close to succeeding. We're so close to having all our wishes come true with this connection. It's definitely looking positive there for you. Okay, focus on actions needed for Taurus. Focusing on actions needed for Taurus and their person. Actions needed for this connection, Taurus and your person. So close to this success, Taurus. We see growth coming through first here for you, expanding your consciousness and your awareness. So, just both of you, I feel like a little bit more just growth personally, does really help complete those old cycles that are no longer, it's that completion energy, that growth and finalizing things that, you've been trapped in the past, so that we can move forward together in the future there. You're both so close here to that achievement, and here's that achievement coming straight on through abundance. So just focusing on how we can create abundance as two people together. What makes us feel like this connection is wealth and abundance to us here, being limitless beings and manifesting whatever you desire. The power is in your hands for Taurus and your person. You both can manifest this into that dream connection. But a card for the ideal outcome for Taurus. Card for the ideal outcome for Taurus and your person. Opportunity. So you really do have a lot of opportunity to find abundance in this connection, Taurus. It's definitely a strong connection here. All right. So especially with that star energy in the joint energy of you both sort of have strong wishes for this to be the opportunity of a lifetime kind of thing. All right, so you're more than welcome to check your other placements, cross-watch your person's placements. Make sure you do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And I will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, so Gemini, you versus them. Gemini and your person. You versus them, Gemini. Okay, Gemini energy. Their energy and the energy in the middle. Oh, wow. Your energy, we have the Two of Pentacles. So a little bit focused on the material world here, balancing resources, flexibility, and adaptation. So it's like two sides to the same coin, that you are trying to balance everything sort of very equally here. When it comes to your energy, just in general, you're trying to balance, all that more esoteric stuff, like, feelings and what you want in life, with the material, like I need money to live, and all that sort of boring stuff. So you're kind of trying to be very adaptable, combining both, rather than just focusing on just the material. You do feel as though you are a little bit overtaken with the material here, Gemini, that might be, keeps trying to tip you back into the material to focus on money and job and all that, stuff that we do because we kind of have to, not necessarily because it's how, we have this fiery passion to make money. Not many people, most people, it's a means to an end. You may be different, some of you there, and maybe that's why it's coming through as a little bit materialistic on that side of the spectrum. But your person's energy here, we have the Wheel of Fortune, fate. The wheel of fate is spinning. Positive changes, cycles and changes. All right, so a lot of change on your person's side of things, and it's a very fateful event kind of energy. That things are turning in the right direction for your person, and you just need to continue being adaptable to that, I suppose. The energy in the middle of the two of you, we have the Page of Cups. Very positive energy for the both of you there, because it is dreamer, but a little bit naive, but innocence, the inner child, having your head in the clouds a little bit. So it is a little bit like dreaming of love, and it's kind of that honeymoon phase energy, to be honest here, that we're both sort of really hoping for the best, and we're dreaming the best dreams, and that this is going to be amazing. So there is a little bit of need. Maybe that's why you are in that more material flip of the coin there, because you maybe are a little bit more realistic when it comes to the way that love goes, I suppose. Both of you are a little bit in this honeymoon phase where we have high hopes and high expectations for where this is going. But I feel like you yourself probably do slightly less innocent to the ways of the world than your person is. And they're kind of very much like, oh, da, 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 fate. Oh, this is so amazing. I can't believe it. It seems like they do seem to have their head up in the clouds a little bit, and they maybe are ignoring some little facets of reality that they do need to consider when it comes to this connection. But we'll have a look at the actions needed for you and your person. Gemini, actions needed for Gemini and your person. Actions needed for Gemini and your person. So we do have the abundance card coming through here, being limitless beings and manifesting whatever you desire in this physical reality. So there is a lot of hope here and expectation that things are going to move forward in a really positive way. Once again, this does feel like it's more like you focusing on the material abundance stuff, that, as long as I can create everything necessary on a monetary level, this is going to be amazing. But whereas your person is just kind of like, this is amazing. This is going to be amazing. Less worried about the money side of things, I feel, your person here. But you can manifest those things sort of together. You have a very strong energy here of being able to meet that energy in the middle a little bit here, and really turn it into reality for you. So all these dreams and hopes and aspirations that you both have for this connection, you both have the ability to make that become a reality. Kind of like that dream come true, that fate. It really is fate if you make it fate kind of energy. We do have the worry card coming through a little bit as well. I do want to just clarify why we're seeing that, but it's all about learning that the way that you worry about things don't actually change the outcomes. So I feel as though that maybe is just a bit of a note to you here that, the more that you worry about what could go wrong, the more that you're actually manifesting that. So maybe you need to actually get your head up in the clouds a little bit more. So stop worrying so much about the material, the reality, and just focus on manifesting the dream come true. It is within reach, I feel here, but I just want to clarify that for you, Gemini. Yeah, the Knight of Swords, okay? So this is why that's happening, because assertive and impatient, direct and daring, ambitious and motivated. So you're kind of worried that this is not going to push forward as fast or as, as structured as you might like. It does feel as though you're ready to be very assertive with, this is where this is going, this is what I want, I'm very direct, I'm very motivated to make this happen. But your person does seem to be a little bit more like, let's just roll with the wheel of fortune. Let's just see what fate brings for us. Stop stressing so much, Gemini. I feel as though that's why you're wanting to move forward a little bit quicker. To you're a little bit impatient there, whereas your person is just kind of more like, la 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 la. This is lovely. This is going to be amazing. There's no need to rush because this is awesome. So just be aware of that a little bit there. But we will have a look at, the card for the ideal outcome for this connection. Gemini, card for the ideal outcome for this connection. Oh, within the next few weeks. So there's no need to be impatient. There's no need to rush it quite so heavily, because, within the next few weeks, you are going to, really start seeing that this is moving in the direction that you want it to anyway. Even if, you don't need to push it, basically. You don't need to do it. You don't need to take those actions and push forward so much. The more you worry, the more you're manifesting the reason to worry. Just allow things to happen a little bit here, and it will start happening within the next few weeks anyway. Okay, so it's kind of just wanting to reassure you that, slow your roll a little bit here, Gemini. It is moving in the direction that you want. It's just might be just, it does take a little bit of time for that wheel to spin around, so just don't push and pressure this person too much, because the more that you're worried about things, the more that you're making those things happen. All right, so try to, worry about all the amazing, what am I going to do when we win $10 million? What are we going to do when all our dreams come true? Worry about those things. Make those things what you're manifesting, not, the stress and actual, and the, the negative stuff. So just being very aware that your worries actually have heavily impact what you're manifesting for yourself. All right, but you're more than welcome to check out your other placements, cross-watch your person's placements as well. Do leave a comment on the video so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Cancers. Okay. So, Cancer, your energy versus their energy, Cancer. What's going on for Cancer here? Cancer and your person, you versus them. Okay. Cancer, your energy. This person's energy. The energy in the middle. And I just want to clarify, Cancer's person's energy here. Okay, so we are seeing some stuff. Your energy, fantastic. Love this for you. We have the Lovers, okay? Twin flames, balance, spiritual love. So you feel genuinely towards this person, and you you feel as though this could be kind of like, true love. This could be a very super strong connection that is something that you kind of have been waiting for, I feel, for a lot of you here. I'm just have a few concerns about your person's energy a little bit here, because their energy is coming through as the Five of Swords, all right, which is all about fighting energy. It's aggression and disputes, bullying and stress, conflict and arguments. But when I have clarified that, I do have the Hanged Man clarifying that energy, which is about sacrifice and waiting, perspective, lack of direction. So what it actually feels like here is your person here, this person, it's kind of like this person is sitting there waiting for the other shoe to drop. Your energy is fantastic, but they don't know that. They don't know that. This person, it feels like this person has been through some stuff in the past, and they're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. They're waiting for you to become, a fight. They're, it's kind of like they're scared that and stressed that there is going to be conflict. There is going to be arguments. It's kind of like there's this part of this person that feels like it's inevitable that things are going to go wrong, that you're going to turn out to be very aggressive and fight with them constantly. They're on their guard quite heavily here. Their perspective is, and they're waiting for you to become like that. Even though I can see right here that you're not. They don't know that. They don't know that, okay? So I am really strongly getting an energy here of somebody who has been through some stuff. And that's why they, they just have trouble trusting that, because it's kind of that energy of when something happens a certain way 100 times, you start believing that that's the only way that happens. So in their past, it's kind of like every time they've had this energy with somebody, things have gone wrong. They're just waiting for things to go wrong. Even though I don't feel as though it will, they just need time, I feel, to sort of realize that. The energy in the middle here, we have the Page of Swords as well as the Ace of Pentacles. So we do have some really lovely energy here. Okay, the Page of Swords. Curious and witty, chatter and gossip, communication, finding information. So they need to just know a little bit more about you and know that, learn that they can trust you. They do need to, the more and more that you engage them and encourage them to talk about their fears, and you respect those fears and give this person space and time when they do need it, to continually reassure them. It does feel like reassurance and strong communication, and giving that person all the information that they need to know about you. And I do feel as though they will ask. Some of these people will ask. It's kind of that energy of someone that they're just so, they've been through so much that I feel like don't be put off if this person does do things like, Cancer, can I please check your phone? It's not you, it's them that they're doing that for, because they just have such stuff in the past that has hurt them, that's something that makes them feel like they can trust you a little bit more. And if you want to build that trust with them, let them, because I feel as though you're not going to have anything to hide anyway. You want to be with this person, and you want to be that balance that helps support this person get through this this trust issue, or whatever this is for this person. You want to help. You want to get them through to the other side. You want to get through to this Ace of Pentacles. All right. New opportunities, abundance, prosperity, security, and stability. They need you to be their security and stability. And that will allow a brand new beginning for, both of you, for love to prosper here between you and this person. All right. Actions needed. Cancer. Actions needed for Cancer and your person. Actions needed for Cancer and your person. So we do have balance coming through here. So, you know, you need to be the strength when this person has got none. You know, they've been through a lot. So, you know, I do feel as though once we get through this little issue and this person does trust you, you will find out so much more about this person. Truly is your mirror. You know, the Lovers card there, it does say twin flames and balance on it, and then we're seeing balance come through. So I do feel as though your intuition about this person is correct, that this person really can balance you out, but right now they just need you to be the strength and the stability. All right, so I bringing state of harmony into your world and doing so without judgment. So, you know, not judging them when they ask to check your phone or, you know, ask you for the millionth time about, oh, are you angry about that? I do feel as though this is the sort of person that you get too close to them and they flinch. That's their automatic response. And that's what you're kind of needing to realize and have that strength to persevere with this, because this is a learned thing. This is not who this person really is. This is something that they have learned in order to try to protect themselves. So it's like they don't want to flinch from you, Cancer, but they've just learned from experience that they need to protect themselves. All right. You surrender coming through here. You need to allow this person a safe space to surrender and release their need to control the situation. So you will get there. I'm just sort of intuitively feeling, but we will just get a card for the ideal outcome for this connection. Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you whether you're willing to put in the work, because this person just does need support, reassurance, stability. They will learn to trust. So, you know, like I said, it's a learned behavior. You can teach them a new behavior pattern through, you know, giving them that time and space to learn that from you, showing them over and over again that you are someone that they can trust and rely on and that they can surrender themselves to. All right, so there is definite potential with this person. Like I said, you know, we're seeing that in the energy already, that there can be definite strong bond between you and this person, but we do need to balance each other when, you know, because, you know, I just sort of feel with that balance energy as well that even though right now you're needing to be the strength and the security for this person, you're needing to sort of prop them up while they're weak. In the future, you'll be amazed at how much they'll do that for you as well. They will balance you out perfectly, and they will be that support that you need when you need it as well. So, you know, you will have a lot to look forward to in this connection. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements as well, Cancer. Make sure you do leave a comment on the video so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. I will move on over to Leo. I'm just going to take a quick drink and get a quick break, get a drink. Okay. So I'll be back with Leo in a moment. Okay. So Leo, you and your person. You versus them, Leo. Okay, Leo, your energy, their energy, and the energy in the middle. Okay, so your energy, love this for you. We have the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, contentment, and pleasure. So really just kind of focusing on yourself and your peace at the moment. I really like that for you, and focusing also on, you know, a little bit on what you want to see happening for yourself in the future, what wishes you want fulfilled in the future there. Your person's energy, we do have the King of Swords coming through, logical and analytical, emotionally detached, strict and serious, authority. So they are kind of very much like trying to stay in control of themselves and separate themselves from emotion when it comes to the situation. You're kind of off on your own little journey anyway. So I don't think you're too worried. This person's just trying to be very, very strict and serious about, about this connection, and trying to sort of be very logical and analytical of like pros and cons list. Is this going to work the way I want, and all this sort of stuff. The energy in the middle, though, we do have the Seven of Cups coming through. Choices and indecision, opportunities, fantasy, and illusions. So that's probably why that person is in a very logical, analytical mindset, because they're trying to see, how much of this is real, how much of this is true feelings. They're kind of needing to detach from their feelings to even understand those feelings a little bit here. There's a big part here where there is a big opportunity between the two of you to come together, but it's kind of like both in a little bit of indecision. You're kind of happy just in yourself at the moment, and that seems to be more important than the connection itself. But we'll have a look at focusing on actions needed in this connection. Actions needed in this connection for our Leos. Perseverance. Okay, so knowing that you can do whatever you set your mind to. So you're kind of in that already a little bit, where you're kind of like, well, if I choose to, find contentment and pleasure with this person, I will. And if I choose to not, then I'll find it elsewhere. So you're kind of all good either way, to be honest. But your person here, I think that's why they're in a little bit of indecision, because they do feel as though it's going to take a little bit of effort, a little bit of time, a little bit of action on their behalf to really work out where and what they want to go and do with this. We do see the regret card coming through as well. So it's kind of letting us know that, someone here holding regret from the past, and knowing that that can't be changed. I do feel as though that's kind of falling on your person's side of things, and they're needing to work through that a little bit. That's partly that fantasy and illusion, regretting the past, regretting past decisions, and regretting the way things have played out to this point at the moment. So someone just needing to work through their regrets in the situation. Like I said, I do feel as though that is your person more so than you. Like I said, you seem to be fine either way, not going to lie. But a card for the ideal outcome for this connection. A card for the ideal outcome for this connection for our Leos. Up to you. So it's up to this person. It's, they're the one in indecision. They're the one that's needing to kind of make up their mind which way this is going to go. They kind of do know with that regret card, they're kind of looking back at their own past going, if I do this, will I regret it? If I don't do this, will I regret it? And that's part of that indecision for them. So it's kind of up to them where this does go, because like I said, you're happy either way. You're content. You're worried about your own contentment and whatever's going to bring you the most, wish fulfillment and happiness. So you're in a really good zone with that, not going to lie. It does seem that there may be a little bit of work on your person's side of things, but you're more than welcome to cross-watch their sign and see what comes out on that end. See what's kind of, bit of an extra layer to the situation for you there. Check your other placements as well if you want to. You're more than welcome to subscribe, leave a comment so you go in the draw for that free personal reading, and we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo, you versus them, Virgo and your person. You versus them for the Virgos. Starting off with Virgo's energy, their energy, and the energy in the middle. Oh, interesting. Are you dealing with a Leo? No, I don't feel as though that's the case for a lot of you. It does feel separate. Okay, so for your energy here, we have the Ace of Cups. So you're ready for a fresh beginning in love, that's for sure. New love and new feelings, emotional awakening, intuition and spirituality. So you kind of just feeling very strongly that you are on the right path one way or another here. You're whether this is a brand new connection or not, there is a lot of new elements coming through. It's like you're awakening to the emotion that you have available to you to share with this person. On their side of things, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Effort and success, achievement, independence, self-sufficiency. So this person is actually a little bit, not in a bad way, but a little bit self-absorbed at the moment, trying to work their own selves out. Just kind of learning, how to be themselves outside of this connection as well, which has kind of led to this in-between energy of the Seven of Cups, okay, which is all about indecision, choices that it feels like more so this person is needing to make. It could possibly be you, because you're experiencing a lot of new emotions, and that's sort of bringing you around to, what of the connection is fantasy, what's an illusion, and what's real. But we do see a lot of opportunity here, for that new beginning to be, off into the sunset with both of you as well. But yeah, it's kind of like there is a lot of opportunity here, but there is, choices and indecision, needing to really, for you, come fully into your emotions of the situation and the new feelings that you're dealing with, and working those out a little bit more with your intuition. For your person, it's about them feeling steady on their own 2 feet in order to be able to continue and strengthen the connection and take advantage of that opportunity and the new feelings coming through from you. But looking at the actions necessary in this connection for you, Virgo, the actions needed in this connection for Virgo energy. Interesting. So we do have the denial card coming through, which is very interesting, because we did see, in that Seven of Cups, we do have fantasy and illusion sitting there. So it's kind of like, I feel like this is you starting that emotional awakening, starting to, really remove any fear or things that you've been in denial about feeling in the past here, replacing it with awareness and becoming just a lot more aware of exactly, where and what you want to go for here. We do also see the imagination card coming through, which, once again does sort of perk up the illusions a little bit here. And you yourself, you're kind of removing all those illusions and no longer sitting in denial about the truth of the connection. So I do feel as though this is the right path. We're on the right path to be able to take advantage of this opportunity if we choose to. All right, embracing and nourishing the creative aspects of the mind. I do feel as though there's a strong element here of, nourishing the creative aspects of your person a little bit more here as well, and sort of pushing them to be a little bit more thoughtful and daring and creative with the way that they're thinking, their perspectives. All right. But a card for the ideal outcome here for Virgo and this connection. Peaceful resolution. Okay, so no matter where we choose to go with this, it's going to work out in a very peaceful, amicable kind of a way. It does feel like for a lot of you that we are moving towards a peaceful resolution together, and that we will be able to sort of, move on from any indecision and breaking through any illusions or, in denial energy that has been sitting there maybe in the past, and strengthening and supporting one another. So it does feel quite strong, strong new opportunity for the connection, one way or another. All right, but you're more than welcome to check out your other placements or cross-watch your person's placements as well. Make sure you do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Libras. Okay, Libra, you versus them, Libra. Libra and your person. Libra and your person. You versus them. Your energy, Libra. Their energy. And the energy in the middle. Just one to clarify Libra's energy, please. Okay, Libra, don't hate the messenger, okay? Your energy, Libra, we have the Nine of Swords. All right, sleepless nights, anxiety and depression at a breaking point, and negativity. I do have that clarified by the Knight of Wands. All right, which is moving forward a little bit hot-tempered here, rebellious and charming, impulsive, and a little bit immature. So it's kind of like we're rushing, jumping to conclusions is what I sort of feel for your energy here. You kind of feel like you're at your breaking point, but you don't actually realize that you're negative gearing. Okay, you're looking at things from a negative perspective, and that's making you make rash decisions when it comes to this that are, a little bit hot-tempered, a little bit, impulsive, and potentially immature decisions as well. You're kind of rushing to the wrong presumption, if that kind of makes sense, because your person's energy here. We do have the Justice card, which is very interesting though, because it is the card of consequence, karma, law, and integrity. So they're not afraid to stand for what's right. And if they're feeling as though your behavior is not right, that's why you guys are clashing a little bit here, because you are not aware that your behavior at the moment is not necessarily right. You don't realize how much you are actually coming from a place of negativity. So I hate to be calling you out here, Libra, but your person does seem to be very balanced, and they're just trying to do the right thing. Is the energy I've got for them. The energy in the middle here, we do have the Two of Wands. All right, so planning and waiting, making a decision, choosing a path. So I do feel as though there's a little bit of you jumping in there with potentially impulsively choosing a path and maybe making the wrong choice because you're being impulsive and rash and negative gearing, like I sort of said there. So you do need to sort of wait and plan and try to think about things from a more objective perspective, change your perspective into a more positive perspective to get a clearer focus on anything before you do rush into any decisions when it comes to this connection. Actions needed for Libra with this connection. Actions needed for Libra with this connection, please. I do have the worry card. That's your negativity coming through again. Learning that worry doesn't change the outcomes. So the more that you worry about it, it doesn't make it any better. Okay? The more that you worry about it, the more negative that you're thinking, the more that actually influences things to manifest in that same manner. So if you're over worrying about things happening, you are actually kind of manifesting them. This is why I keep saying the phrase negative gearing. That's exactly what this is. It's you're gearing everything around you and within you to negativity. And the more that you're embracing that, the more that you're expelling and exuding that, and the more that you're going to receive that back. Okay, so it's a bit of a warning for you here, Libra, because we have growth as well. That's the desired action here. Expanding your consciousness and your awareness, needing to, alter your perspective a little bit, expand your awareness of the situations and what's going on here. Think about things from this other person's point of view and how you're looking to them with the way that you're thinking currently. But we'll have a look here for, a card for the ideal outcome for Libra. Maybe because I do feel some of you may be dealing with a Leo. I just kind of intuitively picking up that for some of you, the balance that I was seeing for Leo, it's going opposite here. So some of you may definitely be dealing with a Leo, but Libra, ideal outcome for Libra and your person. Within the next few weeks, just one more. Remain positive. Look at that. So, really asking you to remain positive. If you want positive outcomes, you need to remain positive. So that needs to happen pretty quick within the next few weeks if we want that growth to occur and we want this, this connection to meet the karma and the integral positive outcomes that you're wanting here. Stop worrying so much, Libra. It's starting to affect you in the energy here in a negative way, and once again, you're negatively you're gearing yourself towards negativity. So you need to remain very positive with this connection. All right. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements as well. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. I will be drawing that at Easter, and we will move on over to our Scorpios. Scorpio. You versus them, Scorpio. Scorpio. What's going on for Scorpio? You versus them, Scorpio. Hearing some of you say, what them? It's in the title of the video, guys. You versus them. And not the whole world either, Scorpio. Scorpio, your energy today. Being a little bit stubborn, Scorpio. It's not necessarily a Scorpio trait, but I am picking up on a bit of stubbornness here. Okay, Scorpio, you versus them. Firstly, Scorpio's energy. Their energy. And the energy in the middle. Yeah, just wanting one to clarify Scorpio's energy here. Because you are being a little bit stubborn here, Scorpio. I'll explain in a moment. Scorpio's energy, please. Yes. Scorpio, your energy. This is what you're trying to tell me, all right? We have the Nine of Cups has come out first. You're trying to tell me, my wishes are being fulfilled no matter the way I look at it. Contentment and pleasure. I'm happy no matter what. I'm content no matter what comes next. Are you really, though? I do feel like that's a little bit of a front. It's that stubborn front that you're putting up to protect yourself, Scorpio. The truth of the matter, we have the Queen of Swords coming through here. Very strong energy, though. Honest and fair, cutthroat, objective and truthful, and independent. So that's kind of why you're saying, oh, I'm content. If this goes ahead, I'm content. If this doesn't go ahead, I'm content. I'm fine either way. I'm going to find happiness either way. I'm going to get my wishes fulfilled either way. Very independent energy. Are you really thinking in a manner that is conducive to a pairing? Working with somebody else? A partnership? Or are you thinking cutthroat, this is just me? Be all in and all, me. I feel like the needing to be a little bit more honest with yourself and fair, balanced with the people that you're dealing with, just in general, not just this person. This person, their energy, we have temperance. Peace and tranquility, balance and patience, harmony. So they are kind of what you wish to project that you are. They're in a really good energy. So why do I see this central energy between the two of you getting in the middle of the both of you? We have the Knight of Wands. Impulsive and immature, hot-tempered, rebellious and charming. That's that stubborn little energy there, Scorpio. I hate to be calling another sign out today, but are you actually, are you actually content? I feel like you're seeing your person's energy so actually balanced, actually harmonized and tranquil. And you're trying to replicate that within yourself. But there's just a little bit of you that's kind of like, that that's not necessarily the full honest story of your energy right now. You feel as though you're being very cutthroat and very doing what I need to do. But it's not actually serving you to be dishonest to yourself, Scorpio. That's actually making you be more hot-tempered and impulsive and immature when it comes to this connection. Because once again, I really hate to say it, but are you a little bit jealous of the harmony and that your person has found within their own self, the contentment that they truly have, that you're trying to project that to yourself as well? I feel like for a lot of you that you may not even be aware that this is going on, because you're kind of hiding it from yourself as well. You're telling yourself, I'm content, I'm happy no matter what. But there's this little voice in the back of your head that's kind of like, am I though? Am I though? And my nose is getting itchy, so it's always a sign of me, the messages always make my nose itchy for some reason. The more correct I am, I am a Capricorn, guys. I'm always right. What are you talking about? Kind of jokes. It's one thing to say I'm always right, but then like when you actually are, sometimes it's annoying. Now I'm picking up on your energy too much, and I'm fronting a little bit. I'm not always right. I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong. I feel like maybe I'm like, I don't know what it is. There's something about your energy right now, Scorpio, that's kind of making me want to F with you a little bit. Not in a bad way, but just making me want to kind of trigger you just a little bit, just to get it out of you. Make you face the truth of to get that out of you, so that you go, oh, hang on, yeah, I am really acting that way and thinking that way, aren't I? So that you stop denying it to yourself, because I do feel a lot of you've been very, very stubborn, and you're refusing to see that about yourself right now. You're like, oh, no, I'm content, I'm fine. But there is this, like, not going to lie, it feels like a bit of a simmering rage underneath it all there, Scorpio. What is that all about? We'll talk about this again, I feel. Make sure you keep an eye out for the shadow work video. It is the full moon, time to release all that ish. We're going to have a calm shadow work reading this full moon. She's got jokes, guys. There might really be something in that for you. Okay, so make sure you keep an eye out for that, Scorpio. All right, actions needed. Scorpio, you versus them. Actions necessary here in this connection. freedom of imagination. Okay, we have freedom and imagination. That's coming through as freedom of imagination. All right, you do possess the power and the free will to create your own happiness, but you need to embrace your creativity, embrace the creative aspects, and nourish the creative aspects to think outside the square. Think a little. You don't have to replicate somebody else's energy. You need to be that. You need to be a little bit more creative with how to get to that, how to hold on. If you want to hold on to that rage, fine. Use it. Use it to power you. Okay. Use it to find and say, that's it. I've got this rage and, I'm going to find contentment, even if I have to, because I'm getting this image of like, I posted it on the Facebook. I posted on my Facebook today. It's like talking about the abyss, when you go down into the abyss and you have to crawl your way back up, bit by bit by bit. It's not about abandoning all those old versions of yourself that you're not happy with. It's about, facing them and making them better, growing and achieving through being very, very honest with those parts of yourself. Sometimes you don't have to just face the demons. You have to, utilize them, allow them to be the stepping stones to claw yourself, push yourself back up out of the abyss. So it's just feeling very relevant here. So if you are following the Facebook that I have for Show Crazy Fairy, you will see that poem on there. It's very apt for you at the moment, okay? Card for the ideal outcome for Scorpio. Card for the ideal outcome for Scorpio and your person. You're ready. You're ready to start climbing, all right? You're ready to make this, within the next few months. You will get there. You will match this energy. You will have abundance, okay? You will get there. It's just a matter of being completely honest and that freedom of imagination, allowing yourself to think about the good potential for yourself. Stop focusing so much on the abyss that you're crawling out of. Focus on the light ahead where you're going to. All right. So you can have that contentment that you're seeking, and kind of like, I'm all good. You can actually feel like that. It's not just a cover. You can actually have it. All right. Just need to get that little simmering flame of rage sorted. Use it to power you. All right. That's what we have for you, Scorpio. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Cross-watch your person's placements. Make sure you leave a comment on the video so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, you versus them. Sagittarius, you versus them, Sagittarius. Firstly, your energy, their energy, and the energy between the two of you. Clarify the energy between the two of you. Oh. Your energy, we have the King of Wands. Okay, leadership and visions, bold and daring, big ego and optimism. So you have some very clear ideas of where this should be, what this should be, who you should be, who this person should be. High expectations, Sagittarius, is what I'm kind of picking up there, that you're willing to take, control over where this is going and what you want it to be. That you're willing to take some risks to push this to the zone that you're expecting it to be, which, your person here on the other side here, we've got them as strength. So they've definitely got the strength to, be what you want them to be. Courage, confidence, inner power. They're a strong person, but too many chefs in the kitchen, maybe a little bit here, because the energy between the two of you, we do have the Ten of Wands, clarified by the Five of Swords. Okay, so that's kind of like a bit of a conflict between the two of you. The Ten of Wands talks about burden and stress, anxiety and defeat, and that burnt out kind of energy. The Five of Swords is aggression and disputes, bullying and stress, conflict and arguments. All right, so there is some stuff kind of holding you back from each other, kind of making you very much stand your ground and your person very much stand their ground. They kind of have the confidence and the inner power to keep on standing. It's not showing me who's right and who's wrong, if that's what you want to know, because I do feel for some of you Sagittarius, that's what you're after, is to know who's right and who's wrong in the situation, and it's not showing me that. It's just showing me that this is stuck in between the two of you right now. We're at a impasse. Thou shalt not pass. You're both stuck. So both of you standing so strong in your own personal expectations and beliefs of what is, that it's creating this gigantic blockage between the two of you, and it's creating more stress and more fighting than is necessary here. It will, it will lead to defeat and burning out the connection. Not going to lie. You're both very, very strong individuals in this connection. It kind of feels like you're both fighting for what you believe is right. But neither of you are right, because you're allowing the fight to get in between the two of you. Is kind of what I'm getting from that. The actions needed for Sagittarius and your person in this connection. Actions needed for Sagittarius and this connection, please. Make the pride have a purpose. We have pride and purpose. We need to find the purpose of the pride. Is it worth winning the fight if you're going to... Is it worth winning the battle if you're going to lose the war, Sagittarius? Is it worth standing tall and strong and being prideful and being, I have to be so staunch on what I think? Does it really hurt that much to back down a little bit? Just for the peace? For the peace. Is the peace worth it? Or you must win this fight, even if it means that you're going to lose the whole war? Is it that important? Loving yourself and seeing yourself in everyone. So seeing that this other person is doing the exact same thing as you are. That neither of you are wrong here. Neither of you are right here. You're just both so staunch in your individual selves that you're both wrong, because you're going to both lose if we continue. If there's no middle ground, where do we go from there? What is the purpose of not having a middle ground where we can back down just for the sake of peace and union? Sometimes it is worth losing the fight so that you can win the entire war. Knowing what you're here to do. What is it that you want to gain out of this connection? Do you want to just be at that impasse forever? Because if you are, you're happy for both of you to stay so staunch and allow that blockage to keep growing between you, You know where that leads. Okay. One card for the ideal outcome for Sagittarius and this connection. Sagittarius in this connection, the ideal outcome, please. Peaceful resolution. Finding the middle ground, even if you have to back down. Even if you have to let go of that control just a little bit. Yes, we know you're big and strong and the leadership and you're the one, being bold and daring. But sometimes it's just easier to find the peace. Like I said, it doesn't feel like either of you are right or wrong here. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a small little tiff that is just growing and growing and growing. It's getting out of control, all right? You're both just so, and it's because, seeing yourselves in each other, you're so similar. That's why this is happening, because you're both just so strong and staunch with your opinions and beliefs that there's just no middle ground if you don't allow there to be. So it's up to you, Sagittarius, whether you allow middle ground here or if you allow that to keep growing out of control. All right. Tough one, I know. You're more than welcome to cross-watch your person's placements or check your other placements. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to our Capricorns. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, you versus them, Capricorn. You versus them, Capricorn. Capricorn in this connection. Your energy, Capricorn. Their energy. And the energy in the middle. Ooh. Your energy. We have the Page of Cups. Dreamer and naive, innocence, inner child, head in the clouds. You just want love and the best, and you just want this to be amazing, and you've got your head in the clouds a little bit, not necessarily in a bad way. You're just seeing the most beautiful potentials. It's not going to lie, Capricorn, it's a little bit of avoiding the reality of the situation. It's just that I'm so excited and so happy, and there's so much potential. You're so excitable about what things could be in a very positive way. It's definitely a positive thing. It's like you're imagining the best. It's definitely possible, all right, because I do have your person's energy. We have the Six of Wands. Victory, success and victory, triumph and rewards, recognition and praise. So this person is actually kind of like, not going to lie, it feels like this person is like, oh, Capricorn thinks I'm amazing. Capricorn sees how awesome I am. Capricorn's ignoring reality, so they only see me as victory. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm not going to lie, Capricorn. It does feel like you have this person up on a pedestal a little bit, and they know it. Does feel like that. Does feel like they know it a little bit here. That they feel like they're kind of winning. Love shouldn't be a game, all right? It does feel like this person's a bit like, oh, I'm winning because Capricorn, I've got Capricorn up in their head, off in the clouds about me. That's like, ooh. The energy in the middle, we have the Four of Swords. Cute little red panda on this card. I love it. Taking a break, relaxation and peace, self-reflection and resting. So both of you are kind of just sitting back a little bit at the moment. I feel like there's just some other stuff going on in our individual lives at the moment. taking a break. The energy at the moment is to just enjoy the peace of the connection, regardless of if we're even spending time together or not. Just relaxing. It's kind of that energy of like just sitting on the couch together and just enjoying each other's company. Just enjoying, enjoying embracing your inner child at the moment, Capricorn, and allowing this person to enjoy the feeling of, oh, I'm winning. It doesn't seem to be a bad thing right now. There is a bit of self-reflection going on. I feel like there's just some other stuff that we're dealing with still on both sides. And so this is just nice. This connection is just nice at the moment, and it's what you both kind of need at the moment. So just enjoying it. But we will sort of see what comes next here, because this is always where stuff comes to light. If there's something, there's going to be something. Focusing on actions needed for Capricorn and this person, this connection. Actions needed for Capricorn and this connection. Empathy. Being open to seeing both sides of a situation. So, it does feel as though the action that does need to happen is flipping the energy a little bit here. It doesn't all, see both of you being able to see both sides of the situation. So if you currently have this person up on a bit of a pedestal, and they know it, that needs to flip around back to you being up on the pedestal and you knowing it. And flip, 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 flip. Why not? It's kind of very light-hearted energy at the moment, Capricorn. It's not too serious, but this is, I feel like, why we're seeing this courage energy. Finding inner strength to face fear with confidence. I feel as though that's why we're both very just sort of chill with where this currently is, because we both are afraid to take that next step, to be a little bit more serious about this rather than just this light-hearted, chill kind of energy. We both are very taking a step back from actually taking any actions, from facing our fears when it comes to this connection, and risking losing control. Finding a little bit more confidence within the connection to move things forward in some way, to, be less chill, get a little bit more serious about the connection and where it's going and how we're getting there. Okay. But card for the ideal outcome for Capricorn and this connection. It's up to you. So it is up to you guys to, take those steps forward to get a little bit more serious about this connection. The situation will improve, okay? So it's definitely in an upward movement. It's just a matter of facing that fear and taking those first steps to get a little bit more serious with each other, both of you. I feel like this is both of you, not just you, because that was the joint energy that's very relaxed and chill. So you're both needing to really think about stepping out of that comfort zone and, finding the courage to, not for you, Capricorn, not just focus on the idealized version of this is going to be amazing, because how about we start taking steps to make it amazing? And for this person to, they feel as though they've got success and victory in the bag, but where is it? You've got it there in your energy, but where is it? You haven't actually taken that trophy off you haven't actually stood up on the podium yet. So we're both actually still just a little bit a step behind our own energy, if that kind of makes sense. That's why we're just like chilling back here. We're not willing to actually step into it fully and move forwards. All right, so very interesting, Capricorn. That's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Cross-watch your person's placements as well. Leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we will move on over to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius. You versus them. Aquarius. Your energy, Aquarius. Their energy. And I've had that card come out for so many people. The energy in the middle for Aquarius. Okay, just because I am seeing... I actually want to clarify both of your energy, to be honest. Clarify Aquarius's energy here. Okay, and clarify... Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so your energy here, we have the Four of Pentacles. Clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So you are a little bit focused on material at the moment. I'm not going to lie, Aquarius. We do have possessiveness, boundaries, and limits. Hoarding and holding, insecurity and stingy. So you're holding very tightly onto what you feel is yours within this connection. You're not necessarily sharing very much of you. You do have some, some big closed doors that you're not letting this person into. We do see balancing resources, flexibility and adaptation, clarifying that. So you are aware that you do need to, open that door a little crack and balance the resources a little bit, that you can't, that you can't expect somebody to take care of a house if you're not letting them cross the fence line. So you're needing to be a little bit more flexible and adapt a little bit more to this person as well. I feel for a lot of you, you're still just sort of adapting and slowly getting to that point of being able to trust them enough to crack that door open. So I do feel for a lot of you, this is kind of relatively new here. Your person's energy, we do have the Nine of Cups coming through here, which is contentment and pleasure and, wishes being fulfilled for this person. But I feel as though the wish that has been fulfilled, the contentment and pleasure, was kind of, like I said, it feels very new for you, Aquarius. And that contentment feels like just the fact that they met you. So when I've clarified that, I've got the Six of Swords here, as well as the Queen of Wands. So the Six of Swords, leaving behind, moving forward, and a distance yet ahead. So once again, that they're leaving behind something from the past that wasn't fulfilling them. That's why they feel that when they've met you, that all of a sudden, bang, this is contentment. That past thing, I'm leaving that behind because that wasn't happiness. This might be happiness. But they do know there is still a distance to go with you. Passionate and determined, attractive and confident, self-assured and charismatic. So they do feel very passionate towards you and determined to, make this work. So definitely seeing very, very positive energy. They're kind of very passionate and determined to crack that little door of yours open. So this person does seem to be pretty well balanced for your energy, Aquarius. The energy in the middle, we have the Page of Wands, bringing you that wand. Oh, interesting. Excitement and extroverted, energetic and fearless, creative ideas. So, that flexibility to adjust to this person and get to know them a little bit more and allow that creativity to flow between the two of you. It really will, bring this to a whole new level for you, Aquarius. This has got a lot of potential. All right, I do feel that this is something kind of new, just growing, but the potential is enormous here. The actions necessary for Aquarius and this connection. Aquarius in this connection, please. Actions for this connection. Interesting. Empathy. So understanding each other a little bit more, being open to seeing both sides of a situation. So, seeing things through their eyes and them seeing things through your eyes, seeing things both positive and negative, so seeing something for what it really is and being able to look at that very objectively and understand it from the alternate side as well as your own. We do see pride coming through there as well. Loving yourself and seeing yourself in everyone. So, all the things that attract you to this person, noticing those things about yourself as well, because there is a strong balance here between the two of you, like we saw with that two of pentacles, that balancing those resources, because where you may be one side of the coin, this person is the other. You really balance each other out really, really well here. Like I said, this has got huge potential for you. So we're going to have a look at the ideal outcome here, Aquarius. Ideal outcome here for Aquarius in this connection. Situation will improve. We're on the upward swing. You can see that this figure is sort of headed straight up. So, it is improving. It is, and then romance on the bottom as well. So definite positive trajectory here with this connection. I really like this connection. It feels really good. And it does feel very, very well balanced. You may not even realize how balanced this is yet, because you have not yet cracked open that door. All right, Aquarius. So make sure you do that, because it's going to have a lot of good stuff in store for you with this connection. I can kind of guarantee it at this point. The energy is so good. All right, so that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements as well. Crosswatch your person's placements there, and we will move on over to our Pisces. Make sure you do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well, guys. Okay, so moving on to Pisces. Pisces, you versus them. Pisces and this connection. Firstly, looking at your energy, Pisces. Oh my gosh, not that card again. I'm getting it for everyone, I swear. I just want to redraw that. I do. Like, I will show you. It's the Nine of Cups. It's a positive energy. It's contentment and fulfillment. I'm just so sick of seeing that same card. Everyone has been getting that today. Pisces versus you versus them, Pisces. That seems to be the central energy. You versus them, Pisces. Firstly, can we see Pisces energy, please? Pisces energy in this connection. Okay, another one I've already seen, but we'll roll with it. Their energy in this connection. Oh my God, this is amazing. And the energy in the middle here, Pisces. I am getting like a lot of positive energy coming through for this connection, okay? It's kind of telling me straight away, it's a very reliable connection, this one, Pisces. Your energy, we have the King of Wands. Like I said, we did already have contentment and, happiness popping on out in your energy already. But this is leadership and visions, bold and daring, big ego and optimism. So, there's a reason that you've got that contentment, and you know that your wishes are going to be fulfilled within this connection. I do feel that for some of you, you haven't met this person yet. So when we're looking at the you versus them, you don't even know who them is as of yet. You're just sort of watching for the sake of watching, I feel, Pisces. So thank you. I appreciate that. Their energy, Pisces, we do have the Star. Hope and healing, inspiration and faith, positivity and wishes. Okay, so, this person, you're like their wish fulfillment, and there's a lot of hope in this connection, a lot of healing in this connection, a lot of inspiration they're finding in you, a lot of faith in you, a lot of faith in this connection. It's, you're coming through with the leadership, and this person is coming through with, backing you up with that. You're the inspiration, Pisces. I have faith in you. This is amazing. I'm so hopeful. Like, so you're kind of leading the charge here with your energy. And this person is really backing you up. I really like that. The energy between the two of you, we have the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork, collaboration, effort, and goals. That is exactly what you want to see as joint energy there. You're both willing to put in the work as a team, collaborate, work together for joined goals. Amazing. We also have the Sun. Happiness and joy, innocence, success, and optimism. The Sun everything's coming up, Pisces. Okay, whether you believe it or not, we've got the Star and the Sun coming through in the energy here. This is amazing energy. Whether you believe it or not, Pisces, because like I said, some of you haven't even met this person yet, and you're like, no, that doesn't sound right. Pisces, focusing on the actions necessary for Pisces and this person in this connection. Self-esteem. I feel like that might be you, Pisces, to be completely honest, just needing to work on your self-esteem a little bit more, and get it up to that level where you feel as though you're worthy of this person. I do just pick up on a few of you like, I'm not worthy. Why does this person see me as the star? I'm not the star of the show. But you are in their eyes. Possessing gifts of the soul that benefit yourself and others. All right, that you really do have this beautiful soul within that. That's what they're seeing. They see your inner light. We also have the empathy card coming through as well. So, seeing both sides of a situation, being able to sort of see things from their point of view a little bit more as well, which is you. Okay, seeing yourself through their eyes. They really look up to you. You're an inspiration. You're a hope that this person, they want to be like you, and you're kind of like, yeah, what? Why are you inspired by me? So you're kind of needing to, have a bit of seeing things from their perspective and understanding from their perspective what they're actually seeing, and allow that to, boost your own self-esteem, Pisces. You deserve it. So that inner light of yours, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Card for the ideal outcome for Pisces and your person. Card for the ideal outcome for Pisces and your person. Remain positive, Pisces. I'm not pulling your leg. Don't stop. Don't stop staying positive. Don't stop now. You're so close to, having this sun rising in your face, having this light shining brightly in your life. Don't stop now. Remain positive, okay? It can happen and it will happen. All right, Pisces? So that's what we have for you. If you do know that person, you're more than welcome to cross-watch their sign as well, or check out your other placements. Make sure you leave a comment on the video so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And hopefully I will see you all again soon.